While Barcelona's players are still enjoying their vacations or representing their national teams, a new chapter has already begun behind the scenes at the club. Head coach Hansi Flick is returning before everyone else to personally launch the preseason, evaluate the academy talents, and determine which squad will compete in the upcoming campaign. At the same time, Barcelona continues working on two crucial transfer operations that could define the entire season. Julián Álvarez remains the club's biggest dream and top attacking priority, while João Cancelo is considered the most realistic reinforcement and the closest deal to being completed. It is becoming increasingly clear that Barcelona's summer will not be decided during flashy player presentations, but through delicate negotiations and the first weeks of Hansi Flick's work. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Barcelona officially begins preparations for the new season, with Hansi Flick becoming the first member of the team to return to work. The players are scheduled to report on July 13th, but the German coach will arrive several days earlier. After a brief break during which he returned to attend Joan Laporta's inauguration ceremony, Flick is now heading back to the Ciutat Esportiva training complex. His immediate priority is organizing the preseason and resolving several important sporting matters before the players arrive. Flick will work closely with his coaching staff while maintaining constant communication with sporting director Deco, even though Deco will spend several days in the United States following the FIFA Club World Cup. Official preseason training begins on July 13th. On that day, the players will undergo medical examinations before gradually returning to full training. From July 27th to August 3rd, Barcelona will hold a preseason training camp in England. Although not every friendly match has been officially confirmed, several fixtures are already known. On July 24th, Barcelona will play a closed-door friendly against Europa at the club's training ground. On July 31st, they will face Birmingham City, and on August 8th, they will travel to Italy to play Udinese. The traditional Joan Gamper Trophy is also scheduled for August 19th, although Barcelona has not yet announced the opponent. Flick faces one major challenge from the very beginning. Many first-team players are still competing in international tournaments, meaning the coach will start preseason with only a limited group of senior players. Among those expected to be available immediately are Wojciech Szczęsny, Alejandro Balde, Andreas Christensen, Gerard Martin, Hector Fort, Marc Casado, Marc Bernal, and Rooney Bardghji. Fermín López is also expected to join the squad once he has fully recovered from the injury that forced him to miss the Club World Cup. Another key decision awaiting Flick concerns Barcelona's young academy talents. The coaching staff plans to invite a large group of La Masia players to train with the first team during preseason. However, it remains unclear which youngsters will ultimately travel with the squad to England. Ronald Araujo and Frenkie de Jong have already finished their international commitments and are expected to be available for the English training camp. If more Barcelona players are eliminated from their tournaments over the coming days, they will gradually rejoin the squad before the trip. Meanwhile, Flick will closely monitor the club's transfer activity. Barcelona has already completed the signing of Anthony Gordon, but following Robert Lewandowski's departure, the team is still searching for a new central striker. The club's number one target remains Julián Álvarez. Flick also hopes Barcelona can secure João Cancelo on a permanent transfer. However, incoming transfers are only part of the story. The futures of Marc-André ter Stegen, Marc Casado, Hector Fort, and Rooney Bardghji remain uncertain. Those decisions could directly influence the opportunities available to several academy graduates. If places become available in the first-team squad, some of the youngsters impressing during preseason could earn permanent roles in Hansi Flick's project for the entire season. For Barcelona, this preseason is about much more than simply welcoming players back from vacation. It is an opportunity for Flick to build his vision, evaluate the next generation, monitor the transfer market, and prepare a squad capable of competing for every major trophy once again. Now let's turn our attention to Barcelona's biggest transfer target of the summer, Julián Álvarez. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has provided an important update on the current situation between Barcelona and the Argentine striker. According to Romano, the deal is currently at a standstill for one simple reason. There are two separate negotiations taking place. The first involves the player himself, while the second concerns the relationship between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. When it comes to the player, Barcelona has every reason to remain optimistic. Romano reports that Julián Álvarez still wants to join Barcelona and continues to hope that the move will happen this summer. In fact, Barcelona and the player have already reached an agreement on personal terms. The real obstacle is Atletico Madrid. Relations between the two clubs remain complicated, and that is why negotiations have made very little progress. Until the clubs find common ground, it will be extremely difficult for the transfer to move forward. For now, Álvarez is fully focused on representing Argentina at the FIFA Club World Cup. After Argentina's victory over Egypt, the striker spoke calmly about his future, making it clear that his only priority at the moment is helping his national team. He explained that any decision regarding his club future will be made after the tournament has concluded. Despite the delay, Barcelona has no intention of giving up. Inside the club, there is a strong belief that Álvarez has already done everything possible from his side to push for the transfer. For that reason, Barcelona wants to continue supporting the player and do everything possible to make his dream move to Camp Nou become a reality. For head coach Hansi Flick, there is no doubt. He believes Julián Álvarez is exactly the striker Barcelona needs following Robert Lewandowski's departure. Although Álvarez is a completely different type of forward, that is precisely what makes him so valuable to Flick's tactical project. The Argentine is not just a goal scorer. He can link up play, drop deep to receive the ball, drift into wide areas, create space for his teammates, and make Barcelona's attack far more dynamic and unpredictable. Flick believes those qualities would give the team greater tactical flexibility and significantly improve its attacking options. That is why both the coach and sporting director Deco remain fully committed to completing this transfer. Barcelona also understands that Atletico Madrid could deliberately slow down negotiations, hoping the Catalan club will eventually increase its offer. There is also the possibility that Atletico would prefer selling Álvarez to a club outside Spain, with Arsenal frequently mentioned as one of the interested teams. However, Barcelona believes it still holds one major advantage: the player's own desire. According to Mundo Deportivo, Álvarez received assurances from Atletico Madrid as early as February that he would be allowed to leave this summer if the right conditions were met. Both the player and Barcelona intend to rely on that promise during the negotiations. Inside the club, there is confidence that the transfer is still possible. They believe it is only a matter of time. However, Barcelona also understands that patience has its limits. As Fabrizio Romano has repeatedly emphasized, the club will not wait forever. If negotiations continue to drag on without meaningful progress, Barcelona could eventually be forced to explore alternative options. The coming weeks will therefore be decisive. Will Julián Álvarez finally make his long-awaited move to Barcelona, or will Atletico Madrid succeed in keeping one of its biggest stars? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: this transfer saga is far from over.